welcome to Walks with Moss. Today we are on the Wynoochee. It's been so long since we've been out here, too long really, but the state of this road kind of reminded me why it's been a while since I've been out here. It's a Sunday. We don't normally hike on a Sunday because Sundays are too people-y, but clear out here on the Wynoochee and behind a wildlife gate, we should be able to get some solitude. The wildlife gates are going to... Please, Bella. This is April 27th, and the wildlife gates open up on May 1st. And so if we want to get in a hike behind the wildlife gates, now is the time to do it. Are you ready, Bella? I think Bella is ready to go hiking. Are you ready to go hiking? You want to go for a walk? You want to go for a walk? Okay, let's go do it. Let's go do it. Man, these salmon berries are looking great, aren't they? All right, let's go do this. We haven't been here in quite a while. I don't think we've been here since we got back from New Zealand. And there's a chance there's going to be snow up here today. But I took a gamble and I'm just going to do this in my running shoes. I put my boots and my gaiters in the car and I was going to look at the surrounding hillsides and decide. But I didn't look because the road was so rough. But I didn't notice any snow, so I think we'll be good. I don't think we'll be hitting snow. This road is closed up here in a bit by a big landslide, and we have to try to get around that landslide. It's gorgeous though, and I think we're definitely going to get solitude. I only saw 2 people coming in here, a couple of motorcyclists camped, and an old abandoned tent nearby too. But yeah, it should be good for solitude up here today. It's so beautiful up here. The hike we have planned is 7 miles round trip, so not quite 8 for my weekly goal, but there's going to be enough elevation gain that we're going to get some good exercise here today. Right away we are climbing. So here's thimbleberry, and I did just taste the young shoots of a thimbleberry for the first time. And then also the young shoots of a salmonberry. There's salmonberries over here. And yeah, I agree with the person who posted on the YouTube video. The young shoots of the thimbleberry are a little bit better. So what you do to eat these is you peel the outer skin off and then you just eat what's left on the inside. Here's the salmonberry twig with the outer skin peeled off. And you can just eat it like this. And it's okay. It's not bad. That's going to be my breakfast, I guess. I didn't pack a breakfast, and I tried to stop at the Matlock store to grab something, but it was closed. But that's fine. I need to run up a calorie deficit today and every day for about 6 months, I think. I have really slowed down in the past 10 years, and on the way out here I was pondering why. I know part of it is because the trails have gotten crowded, so I don't like to go on any of my favorite trails anymore. And then also sitting at home for 14 months while my husband was on hospice, I didn't dare go someplace as remote as this. I needed to be in touch at all times. So that slowed me down. And then my journey to New Zealand and back and moving so many times really sucked the wind out of my sails. I would really like to get back. Maybe I can't get back to where I was 10 years ago, but I want to start hiking a whole lot more, put in more miles, lose some weight, and I'm hoping if I lose some weight I'll sleep better at night and have more energy. I feel like maybe I'm in a vicious cycle as far as weight gain and energy levels. If I can't sleep, maybe because I'm too congested or there's too much fat in my throat, maybe, I don't know. If I can't sleep, I'm tired, and if I'm tired, I eat more. And then if I eat more, I gain weight, and maybe that makes it harder for me to sleep. I don't know. I'm at least going to try to shed quite a bit of weight here. Hopefully I can stick to it this time. I think I can. My life has settled down a bit. I've been in my new house for a year now. Haven't had any major upsets or drama in my life for almost a year now. So I think maybe now I can buckle down and start losing some weight. Look at all this lovely oxalis You can definitely eat this. It's got a wonderful tangy lemon flavor. But like all things that contain oxalic acid, you don't want to eat too much of it. Doesn't that look like a shamrock? I'm starting to feel a little bit concerned about what we're going to find up here, because there's fresh motorcycle tracks up here on this closed road. I hope that they didn't make it around the washout. I don't really see how they could have made it around the washout up here on a motorcycle. So hopefully there won't be anything strange going up here like squatters or something like that. This road is closed to off-road traffic, or to vehicle traffic, for almost 6 months out of the year. Check it out. Here's a bird skeleton. Let's see, can we find the skull? Here's the breastbone. Oh! Is this the skull? Yeah. There's the skull. So I think it's a bird skeleton. Huh. Wow. Yeah, the bones are really light, so... Yeah. Are there any feather remains? Yeah, there's some feather remains. Yeah. That's the remains of a bird there. It's pretty much illegal to possess any kind of bird skull or feather. They're all covered by the Migratory Bird Act, so that's just going to stay right there. What a beautiful sight over here. We've got our bleeding heart, which is always purple, with a trillium that turns purple when it starts to fade. That's just gorgeous. A trillium coming up in the middle of all these bleeding hearts. Wow. I think this is only the second time Bella has been to the Wynoochee. Might even be her first time. This is quite a bit different than where we normally hike, so she's got all kinds of new things to sniff. She's having fun. You having fun, buddy? Yeah. You're out of breath and you came back to me. You must have had some sort of exciting adventure back there. What is it? Something good. We've got some fireweed here. Awesome. Maybe I'll just harvest some of that to go in my lunch. Cool. I got to try Ivan chai tea for the first time. And at first I was like, well, this doesn't have much flavor. This isn't that impressive. But then I steeped it for a while and I realized it really tastes a bit like green tea. Like black green tea. It makes a pretty yummy tea. And looky here, the sun's coming out. Awesome. Awesome. It's going to be a beautiful day. We've reached the end of the road in terms of how far you could actually drive up here with any type of vehicle when the gate is open. But the gate's not open right now. I'm glad the fog is clearing, or the clouds are lifting from the hills, because we are headed up into the hills. Some campfire wood here. It's sure to be wet out here in the Wynoochee. Not too bad. Okay. Now the real adventure begins. We must be really close to the washout. Here we go. Off the beaten path, up the road less traveled. There is a way to get here from the other direction. But like I said before, it's 9 miles, and I'm not sure if I'm up for 9 or 10 miles today. I need to get back to that point though. I used to regularly do 14 miles. I can't remember if the road leading up to the landslide was in this bad a condition and this overgrown with this many fallen down trees before. I'll have to look back on my old posts. We're definitely going to get 8 miles worth of exercise today. Wow. I'm only 1.5 miles in and I'm feeling really puffed. But here's a little bit of a reward for our efforts. Some turkey tails. Here is our Devil's Club, Olpanix horridus. Just getting ready to sprout its leaves. It's perennial, but the leaves die back each winter. I think it's related to ginseng and had some medicinal properties, but it's also like a really powerful medicine. Not something you really want to mess with. I've gone about 2 miles now, and it feels like more. I'm so hungry too. I may have to break into my crackers before I get to the end goal, but I'm trying to wait as long as possible. All those times I ate a little bit more, even though I shouldn't have. Now this is the payback. I have to be hungry for a bit to make up for it. Look at this beautiful banana slug. It's such a pale shade of yellow and no spots. I love banana slugs. We still haven't made it to the washout, but we've got to be getting close now. We made it to the washout. It's not actually a washout, I don't think. It's more of a landslide, and it is rough getting around here. I'll be glad when I'm done with this section of the walk for sure. I don't see much sign that anyone travels this way anymore at all. I guess that's good. Oh, good and bad. It means the way is going to get harder without anybody else to keep the vegetation down. Gorgeous spider web there. But it also means solitude. Okay, gotta step down here. Yep. This is our route. Bella has never been here before, but apparently she knows the way. We've made it through the landslide and on our way up to the road again. There's some cool liverwort there. That's Pellia. There's so much moisture over here on this side of the Olympics. You tend to see a lot more liverworts here. There's a liverwort there too, a smaller one. I'm not sure what that is. But this one, oh look, sporophytes. Oh gosh, look at these. These are the sporophytes. This is the last for sure water on this route. There's probably more, but this is the last sure water. So of course Bella has done like she always does and jumped in it upstream before I'm going to collect water. Good dog. Drink up. There's where I filled my bottle, and there's Bella, but I got it filled just before she decided to go there. Thanks, Bella. You are so predictable. I am puffed, so I think I'll stop and admire some liverworts for a bit. Growing on this red alder tree is a red liverwort, Frulania. And let's see if we can get a peek at it with the hand lens. Hopefully that's in focus, because I can't tell. I think I need stronger reading glasses. Probably Frulania nisqualensis, but I don't know. They're a little bit tricky. You kind of need a microscope to ID them. There we go. I think that's in focus. They are gorgeous under a microscope. Absolutely gorgeous. There is one that you can definitely ID without a microscope by tasting it, because that one is peppery. I've only ever seen the peppery one time, and that was on my test. Wow, is this road getting overgrown. And this is an obstacle I'm not used to running into on overgrown roads. Cedar trees. Western red cedar. Wow. Yeah, I don't think I'll be coming up this route again after today. I think this is the last time, because it's only going to get worse. Yep. But at least I made it one last time. But yeah, I'm done. This route is a bit too much now. I'm holding the GoPro right at my eye level So the road is now covered with a combination of cedar and hemlock. And I just swallowed a bug, I think, maybe a spider. Woo! Okay, got through that. I think the road is gonna open up a bit pretty soon. We're gonna get onto another road in a bit that you can drive up still when the gates open. I think this trench right here means we have reached the other side. And it's going to be easy going from here on out, except it is going to be uphill. Still got a fair amount of elevation to gain. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but there's a grouse drumming. Let's listen for a second. We're through all the brush, and now this is just a straight up kind of boring slog up a logging road. But it's peaceful. I have not heard an airplane yet today. I can hear the river below us, and I can hear a grouse, and I can hear Bella, and I can hear me panting, but that's it. Nothing else to disturb us out here. That's very cool, but wow, am I getting a workout. Here's our red huckleberry, and it seems like it's really far along towards fruit production already, but I guess those are just the flowers, and the flowers look very much like the berries. Wow, kind of deceptive. What's up, Bella? There's grouse up here, so Bella's going crazy. This is still a trudge, but I stopped and had a cup of coffee and I ate my noodles and I feel a little better now. 1 mile to go. I thought this road would be in better condition considering there's a station up here. Here's another bird. Oh no, that's not a bird, that's a rodent. Oh wow, what a cool view just opened up. This is awesome. How cool is this? I guess we're about 1/3 of a mile now from where the geology station that is our goal for the day may or may not be. I've never been up here before and I like it. I will be back. As we climb, of course, the views just keep getting better. We're 300 feet away from where I think the geology station is. I don't think it's on this road though. I think it's going to be up here on this kind of trail. So let's head up here and see if we can find it. I think it's just going to be right up at the top of this. It's here. And wow, what a view. Thanks to these stations here, we know that the entire Pacific Northwest is rotating in a clockwise direction. We don't know why it's rotating other than plate tectonics. But thanks to these stations, we know that it is, and we know where the center of the rotation is. I forget where. And also thanks to these stations, we know that the Olympics are staying the same size. The Olympics are uplifting due to the oceanic plate crashing into the continental plate at the rate of about 2 inches a year. But they are also eroding at the same rate. So the Olympics are staying the same size. And it's these stations they've been able to use to determine that. I think these are really cool. And maybe I'll start trying to bag these stations. So I think a lot of them are at really nice viewpoints like this. Look at this. We got, I think, more than 275 degrees of prominence. The only place where we don't have prominence is just right there. Maybe 300 degrees of prominence? I don't know. It's a lot. This is a great view. It is so cool up here. And it's all mine. I think maybe even when the wildlife gates are open, I could get good solitude up here because of the state of the roads. I wonder if there was a lookout station up here once, a fire lookout. I suspect there was because it's really been leveled. Although it's also possible that this was just a place for the log trucks to turn around, or maybe there was a spar pole up here at some point. Yay, I'm glad we made it. Time to head back down this hill. And I'm going to make my 8-mile hiking goal today, or for the week 2 day, which is very awesome. I wasn't expecting to. I was going to do a shorter hike, but I've gone 4.28 miles, and I have to go another 4.28 to get out of here. So I'll be at over 8 miles. That makes me happy. We'll see if anything exciting happens on the way down now. Looking down at Lake Wynoochee again. Lake's pretty high. It always is this time of year. I'm feeling pretty good at the moment, but I know it's going to be a long hike out of here anyway, because it was a long hike in here and I haven't done anything like this in a while. But luckily I found a Dr. Pepper in the woods, so hopefully that will help me with my energy levels. Gosh, it's nice down there. I know once I get down onto the road, there's going to be lots of people now because it will be Sunday afternoon. Sunday morning out here is very peaceful though. I sure wish the road in was better though. This was really not ideal for my little car. I think I'll drink this now before I reach the really gnarly part of the hike out of here. And hopefully it'll give me enough energy to get out of here while still feeling good. And if I'm really feeling good, I'll stop by the Lake Wynoochee day use area and have my dinner there. Days are long. Why not hang out here for a bit? Be a good escape from the skydiving planes that circle my house on the weekends. Here we go. Back into the thick of this hideous mess. It starts with this ditch here. Oh, there's some lovely Pacific bleeding heart at the bottom of the ditch. That's cool. Here we go. Just got to battle our way through this. I don't know. Maybe I would come back this way again because this is the shortest way by a couple of miles. But I don't know. It's rough going. The other way can be really hot and dry and unpleasant. So it's 6 of one, half a dozen of another. So the camera is at my eye level again, just holding it right next to my right eye to demonstrate how tall these trees are and the extent of this mess. We made it out of that patch, but there's another one just as bad that's coming up. I sure wish I had a zoom lens right now. There's a big, beautiful owl up in the tree. I've got like a 50mm zoom lens on my main camera, so I've got an okay picture, but there's a gorgeous owl there. I knew it had to be an owl when I saw it fly away because it didn't make a sound. And it's just sitting there looking at us. I'll switch to my other camera and do video with it and see if we can get a better look at it. Can you see the owl right in the center there? And it just turned its head. How cool is that? I don't know what kind of owl it is. Its head is turned away from us right now. Who cooks for you? Are you that kind of owl? That is so cool to see an owl, even without a zoom lens. But oh man, if I had a big zoom lens, that would be so much cooler. Who cooks for you? There's an owl out here that says that. I don't know if that's this owl. At least I got a little bit of zoom. That is so cool. There haven't been very many owl sightings I've made in all the years I've been hiking. I guess its back is to us now. I don't know. Why am I watching this through a camera lens though? You know? I'm here now. I should be watching this with my eyes. There it goes. Bye-bye, owl. Oh my gosh. That was so cool. That's it. From now on, I'm taking my 24 to 200mm lens whenever I bring this camera with me. Then I can get some better photos. The only thing is that lens is slow and that owl was deep in the woods, but still, it would have been better with that lens. I showed my iNaturalist app my picture of the owl on the back of my camera, and this is what iNaturalist says. Barred owl. I found a barred owl. Yay. Be even cooler to find a spotted owl, but I'll take a barred owl. And I think that's the one who says who cooks for you, although it could be a smaller owl that says that too. I need to figure that one out. I might have been insulting that poor owl. Look at this spot here. I love this spot. I don't know why, I just do. There's a little waterfall. Wow. Such a cool way to end my hike. And here's more fireweed. I'm just breaking it off where it will break off easily and thinking maybe I can eat the stems if I break it off, you know, above the tender point. That's how I deal with my asparagus. So maybe it works with this stuff too. And let's see, these are not thimbleberries here. These are some sort of currant. I see some coming out of the ground, tempted to try them, but they're not thimbleberries. They just look kind of like thimbleberries. Yay! This is the first reasonable amount of fireweed I have found this year. Bella found something super exciting in this pile of moss. Probably was some sort of rodent's nest at some point, or maybe something just ran under there to hide from her. Come on, buddy, let's go. Come on. Let's leave the wild animals alone. We made it back to the gate, and according to my phone, we went 9.5 miles, but I'm sure that's off by a little bit. I think we probably went 9 miles, though. Definitely met my mileage goal for the week, and we gained a fair amount of elevation, too. I'm going to be tired. It's going to be a long drive home, but we did it, and I'm happy about that. Did you find a horrible, nasty swamp to jump in right before we got in the car? Did you? Did you? Of course you did. Good job. Okay. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.